31,536,000, that is the exact number of seconds you are deposited every year, and for most of you, it's a countdown to a paycheck. While the middle class is taught to trade their hours for currency, the elite treat time as a raw material, a commodity they buy low and sell high. I'm Alex. This is Wealthonomics, where we expose the financial mechanics the wealthy use to keep you trading your life for their profits. Last week we exposed how the 1971 pivot turned your savings into a melting ice cube. Today, we look at the only asset that's actually finite. By the end of this video, you will understand why your work ethic is actually a poverty trap and how to use time arbitrage to disconnect your income from your presence. The concept of the hour isn't a natural law, it's a corporate invention. Before the 1884 Prime Meridian Conference and the rise of the industrial factory, time was fluid, dictated by seasons and sun. But the Industrial Revolution needed cogs, not craftsmen. They standardized time so they could lease your life in 60-minute increments. This time-for-money exchange is the foundation of the middle class, designed by 19th-century industrialists to ensure a predictable, compliant workforce that never owns the means of production. You aren't being paid for your value, you're being paid to be a placeholder in a system that doesn't belong to you. Here's the thing that keeps families trapped, the linear trap. If you are an employee, a freelancer, or even a high-paid doctor, your income is a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 hour of sweat equals X dollars. But here is what your financial advisor will never tell you: linear returns are the fastest way to stay poor. The wealthy look for asymmetry, where 1 hour of work today yields 10,000 hours of profit over the next decade. They don't work for money, they build systems that harvest time. If you can't earn while you sleep, you will work until you die. Consider the time billionaire concept popularized by Graham Duncan. 1,000,000 seconds is 11 days. 1,000,000,000 seconds is 31 years. Most of you watching are time billionaires, yet you are selling those billions for pennies to people who already have too much currency and too little time. The part they deliberately don't teach in school is that wealth isn't measured in your bank balance, it's measured in time to freedom. If you have $10 million but zero control over your Tuesday afternoon, you aren't wealthy, you're just a high-priced tenant in your own life. Everything I've told you so far is accurate. But there's a dimension to this story that almost no financial content creator covers: the cost of the do-it-yourself delusion. You think you're being frugal by spending 3 hours researching a flight or fixing your own sink. In reality, you are incinerating your most precious asset to save a few depreciating dollars. This is the friction gap, where the middle class wastes time to save money, while the wealthy waste money to save time. Until you value your hour at $1,000, you will never see $1,000 hours. The elite use time arbitrage, the act of buying someone else's time for $20 an hour to perform a task that frees you up to perform a $500 an hour task. This isn't just about hiring a maid, it's about leverage. Naval Ravikant identifies 4 types: labor, capital, code, and media. Labor and capital are permissioned, you need someone to say yes. But code and media work while you sleep. They are time multipliers. The wealthy invest in assets that have zero marginal cost of replication, turning a single hour of effort into an infinite stream of influence. Stop thinking about saving and start thinking about opportunity cost. Every time you say yes to a $15 an hour task, you are saying no to the $1,000 an hour strategy. This is why the rich stay rich: they have a higher internal rate of return on their own minutes. They outsource the mundane and the administrative to focus exclusively on high-leverage decisions. The middle class is busy, the wealthy are focused. There is a massive difference between activity and achievement, and the system is designed to keep you too busy to ever achieve anything. To break the cycle, you must audit your existence. Draw a line. On one side are maintenance tasks, cleaning, chores, low-level admin. On the other are wealth tasks, learning, building systems, networking with high-value individuals. Your goal is to aggressively delete, delegate, or automate the maintenance. If your hourly rate is $50, and a service costs $30, you're losing $20 every time you do it yourself. This isn't math, it's a moral obligation to your future self. The stakes are viscerally personal. Every hour you waste in the linear trap is an hour stolen from your children's childhood, your own health, and your eventual freedom. The system wants you to believe that hustle is the answer, but hustle without leverage is just a faster treadmill. The wealthy don't hustle, they architect. They build the machine so they can eventually step away from it. If you don't own your time, you are a slave, regardless of how much your car costs. 3 things to take from today. First, your hourly rate is a ceiling on your potential, not a badge of honor. Second, true wealth is measured in time, not currency. Third, the wealthy buy other people's time to scale their own. Remember that 31 million seconds from the start. Here's what that actually means. If you don't start buying back your time today, you're literally spending your life to make someone else's dreams come true. Next on Wealthonomics, the debt loophole, how the 1% use OPM to never pay taxes. If this changed how you see the system, subscribe. The next one goes deeper.